has a beautiful sense of visual and spiritual high transparency, dressed in almost all of his works of art, a surprising colored ecstatism that describe the in-depth knowledge of the art and its basic tools. It seems that all schools of art have been noticed by the artist despite of all the modernity, but they did not steal the sense of the artistic that was raised by Ahmed El-Barr, and they grab on the symbols above the surface of his paintings in the form of environmental semantics and in the form of spatial units. The environment that has raised was the real factor of his emergence, as well as the severity of the climate challenge and equestrian, which all then came clear of the scene of the pride and greatness of the Arabian horse and its historical significance in the life of Arabs.
بالنسبة لتجربتي مع الحصان واعتبر أنه سيد المشهد حقيقة.
Regarding my horse experience, I consider the horse the master of the scene. I may speak a lot about this matter. I love horses, and I loved them since I was a young child. I love to draw horses using realism, surrealism, or abstractionism in my earthenware works, sculptures, or drawings. This leads me to remember an important event, which is that I got the 4th position in the Fahad Al-Riyad competition in Taif. This was 5 years ago. I'm proud of this award and this competition. I hope there will be competitions like this in the future. I also hope for the Arabic horse competitions, for I consider the Arabic horse as a symbol of beauty, strength, donation, and faithfulness. I try to express all of this in my works using abstractionism. I try to depict the movement of the horse when running or standing. The standing of a horse makes you feel its strength and beauty. Regarding the Arabic horse, many artists used it in their paintings and their plastic art. It is considered as an important part of the Arabic heritage. It is beautiful and is considered as a symbol of donation and strength. It is very important for all types of art in art schools, whether realism, surrealism, abstractionism, or cubism. Horses give beauty and strength to artworks like paintings, sculptures, woodworks, ironworks, or clay. Among those artists who like the horses are the female artist Joy Nahla and many others. We all, as I said, hope that we'll have many galleries of the horse exactly as we have many horse races. There was a gallery in Taif in the same time with a horse race. One of the nights was the Olympic night Fahad Al-Riyad. The plastic art competition was at the same time with the gallery. We witnessed the race and the gallery inauguration on the same day. This took place in the distinguished wide area. There were many materials used in this gallery like acrylic, earthenware, and many other materials. I hope that there will be other competitions like that one.
Ahmed El-Barr was thorough in his artistic consciousness, so he produced themes of art in a series of workshops which are interdependent. In other words, he did make works that went in easy steps to the recipient, were taking strong color magic gradually to discover the worlds of magic and wrap it in a nice snap, painted in a charming cosmic ray, as if the recipient listens to a beautiful symphony of color with no limit to the rhythms.
بالنسبة لتنوع أعمالي في مجالات الفن التشكيلي المختلفة.
Regarding my other varied works of plastic art like earthenware, sculpture, and engraving, I feel they have a kind of beauty that make the eye enjoys them. So, I was appointed for several international events, including the 3rd and the 5th earthenware galleries in Egypt, which received artists from 55 European, Arab, and Gulf countries. I also work in print engraving using several types of it. Some of them are manual and others are by using machines. There are certain special inks for this art. The third type of my artwork is the plastic painting using pastel, oil, and watercolors. I also use acrylic and many other materials. Thanks to Allah the Almighty, I had several beautiful and wonderful works of art in this field. Some people don't like this variation, but I think this adds to my skills and makes my works varied and makes me active through using many techniques and several materials. Regarding the engraved printing, this type depends on several aspects like design and engraving, and this differs from an artist to another. There are competitions from these types in Egypt and some European countries, so I think variation of material is not a drawback, but an advantage. But an artist must be careful to use these materials that he is skillful in. Among those who used several is the international artist Picasso. He used several materials. He used earthenware and engraving stone, and he gave us those sunken and salient engravings. Then he used to print in colors. Colors are different from material to another. Variation of materials gave me a beautiful optical culture, but this needs a great effort and is not easy. This needs reading, hard work, and trials, and needs a lot of effort. An artist needs to join several workshops, courses of plastic art, galleries, and festivals. I think all of these activities help to develop skills of the artist and widen them, especially if he uses several materials. And as you know, each great artist has his own style, like Picasso and Van Gogh. You know their works from first sight. You may also distinguish works of many Saudi and other artists from first sight without reading their names on the piece of art. Their styles are clear in their works.
Ahmed al-Bar described the holiness of the dawn in al-Madinah al-Munawwara with the spiritual and religious practices, then awarded the tradition using amazing colors of a spiritual that gives a feeling that you are in front of an artistic really taken by the tradition. Al-Bar also used beautiful geometric shapes in the incomparable areas and topics of symbolic expression of a spontaneous transparency. Those topics also contain the willful conscious that draw to the topics of the utmost importance and rationality, then in a very relaxing and spiritual tourism. As I mentioned in the beginning, the artist was attracted to his first start and the lines left by the fingertips of children on the walls of life. He utilized some of his paintings to appear in the form of collage art or in front of precious stones, embroidered, decoration, color, inhabited wonder in the mixture of color.
أما الفن التشكيلي الشبابي والمشهد الحداثي.
Regarding the youth artists and the new trends, I think they deserve interest and care. Many Saudi male and female artists took part in several international galleries and got several international awards. But we need more creation and hard work. We see that plastic artists in Saudi Arabia achieved an international fame. Now they are known in Europe and the Arab world. Thanks to Allah, many of Saudi plastic artists got great chances and some others had the chance to study abroad. This gave them friction with other cultures and foreign artists. Many of these students who studied in Europe took the chance and participated in several events in Italy and Germany. Among these artists are Mr. Ahmed Flemban, the critic, Dr. Saleh Khattab, Dr. Abdul Rahim Ridwi, the late Muhammad Salim, and many others. I think we are proud of this elite as Saudis, for they did their best and they really are good examples for us. These Saudi artists are great and deserve mention and praise, but we must not stop at this point. We need more. There are no borders for plastic artists. There are uncountable subjects, and each artist has his own style, trend, and his own school. We are in need of more works and more artists. I also hope that plastic artists will also have his own features. Now there are also several male and female beginner artists who became known and famous. This means that art is not monopolized by old famous artists. Everyone has a suitable chance. These beginners need help and support, and they must accept constructive criticism.
For his work of decoration with all substantive beautiful themes, it was simply a beautiful decoration with environmental colors that made a treasure in the mind of the artist. In general, the creative artist Ahmed Al-Barr left the imprint of beautiful art in the history of the Arab youth in general, and a work of art in the history of Saudi art.
طبعا زي ما انتم شايفين الآن بشتغل بخامة
Regarding my varied trials, they really arouse great interest. An artist must be somehow quick, and he must use several materials and not one material only. As you can see, this may be a background before work or a foreground. I don't depend on one material. The oil pastel is strong and wonderful if merged with acrylic or different inks. It has its own wonderful effects. It is taken from oil pastel, and an artist can use it in a wonderful way and in different styles or schools of art. At the end of this meeting, I'd like to thank Saudi TV, the second channel, and the Saudi Minister of Culture and Media for their continuous support of all artists.
you.